today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led by a three-time Pro Bowler in his fifth season. It's Deshaun Watson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Here's second and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Patterson on the carry, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To throw is Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 113 yards, and a score.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Back to throw here. That's complete to Tony. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd down now. It's Mitchell, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Elijah Mitchell with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a 1st quarter lead. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
To throw again on second down. Watson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And who's got it? The Giants.
So, Barner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back. But in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
And remember, this drive started off following the...
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a...
After reviewing the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And now that brings up fourth down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Oh, and Sanders pushed it to the right. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
On first down, it's Watson. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The numbers there in last week's game for Smith. 8 catches, 106 yardage-wise, and the score as well.
And I don't know about you, partner, but if anybody ranks me in the top 10 in anything, I'm really happy, and that's exactly where he is now, number 10 in the league in receiving yards.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. To the air yet again, Watson, and the grab by Croft. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on second down. Watson.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On second down, it's Patterson. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patterson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. To give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a conservative decision there, but it does put them on the board.
And I know the players hate it, the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2nd and 2. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Mitchell. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
David Onyemata there on the tackle. 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side. Mitchell. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Space to run past the 20. Touchdown, Giants! Keith Raymond. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes Traquan Smith and the rest of the offense. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first half, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 50, it's Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Watson looks to throw again. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Watson. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Watson's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And now the rookie's free. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Sanders now to add the... extra point. And it's 21-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Watson able to complete this one to McLeod. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st down, Watson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. So we reach halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Khalif Raymond now. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that. Talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, complete to Tony. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Watson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. Quick slant here to Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Short throw hauled in by Croft. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Watson. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does he?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long, it's Watson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Here's Moore. He will return it. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Here's Watson. And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down now, it's Patterson, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. Shrugs him off. Cordell Patterson! And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 58 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Watson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And this is caught. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
This could very well be 4-down territory, but right now we focus on 3rd and goal from the 1. Back to throw again. Eluding the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To throw again on second down, Watson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Throwing on third down, Watson looking here for Smith downfield. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Open man completes it to Claypool. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Marcus Davenport. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with this 3-score deficit. And time fading. After the interception, here's Watson. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he'll go down at the the 26 following a gain of 6.
4 yards remain for second down.
To throw is Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now a first down throw. Watson
goes right back to Smith again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, it's Watson. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. New York set to take the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Rolling to his left. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Chase Claypool,
his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Giants are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Right there, 54, Mike.
Back to throw. Watson, the throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
54, Mike. 54, Mike. Check. Watch 54.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's McKenzie.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On first down, it's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Powering his way forward. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Dwayne Eskridge
with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles get a score closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So this drive spans 7 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Here's Khalif Raymond to return.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Watson on 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
On the move to his left, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket, but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the gun, here's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Watson. One last shot at the end zone.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead,